the sprint competition. But there are a number of other strong riders in there as well, and I'll tell you something, it's already winding itself up on the front at the moment. It's Brittany Lytton who's gone hard, gone long. De Pavia is the rider following her at the moment. Heiborg is in there too, so is Bulwara. She's got a kick as well. But the question is, who times this right? Heiborg is coming, Brittany Lytton is leading it out. Lytton's on your screen at the moment. It's night time in New Zealand, and Lytton is lighting up the fire here. Harburg is coming, so is Sultanas. Come on, Brittany Lytton, can you take this all the way to the line? The line is coming, and Brittany Lytton is going to make it in category 3. Lytton takes the win from Esther, I think, in second place.
The close down from the group that Lytton sat down.
Tuesday. I'm doing my work from home day today because I'm on some annual leave tomorrow, so I'll be in Hamilton going to see Jimmy Carr tonight. I'm quite excited about that. I feel like I haven't laughed since COVID, and obviously I laugh at myself, but it's not the same, is it? I have had a pretty good start to the week. Sunday, I did 4 hours on the TT bike, just cruising. Really need to get used to being aero again. I think riding my Grav for so long now, I'm used to that comfort and like the thick wheels. Obviously your knees are still your suspension because gravel bikes don't have suspension, but being forward, all the pressure on your shoulders, and then the tightness in the hips obviously is another difference, but that's fine. 4 hours was pretty good. I definitely feel like I'm getting there in terms of comfort. I put the seat down a little bit on Saturday to try that because I feel like the seat was a bit too high, and that I was noticeable that I didn't have to stretch my legs out as far. Then Sunday night I had my whoosh. Amazing. I did a marathon trail run on Saturday, not an event, just a fun training run with some of Simon's other athletes. Fun. Was it fun? Not sure. Did something to the tendon in my toe, so that's an issue. Probably what's hard this week is going to be that. It's bruised on the toe joint, and lifting my toe up towards my face. Quite painful along the top of my foot. It's heaps better today. The swelling's gone down a bit. The bruise is still there. But I think I'm blaming my shoes. I was wearing like a road sort of trail shoe, not very traily, and it's been raining loads in Rotorua, so I was slipping around. The toe box is a bit narrow and the mesh on the top was quite firm, so I think my toe smashing the end of the shoe just upset everything. Maybe my shoe was tied up too tight, I don't know. But anyway, my whoosh Sunday night, quads were fucking screaming, but I ended up winning, and I've only ever won one other my whoosh race, so I have a bad feeling that I will be put up a category into Cat 2 this week. The start list comes out on early Friday morning, so I'll know then what the diagnosis of my whoosh category is. So yeah, off to Hamilton soon to go and see Jimmy Carr, and I think it's going to be so funny. I think he's just great. Just the bee's knees, going up, taking the kids, and they'll hang out with Ari's mum and dad while we go and do that. This morning I got on my bike and I was mentally prepared to do this FTP session. It was 4 6-minute efforts at FTP, and did the warm-up. It's like a 10-minute warm-up. Started on the first effort. I had to turn erg mode off, and then I had to pull pin just because my quads were yelling, and I'm at the age so elderly now that if I feel like it's going to not spark joy, that's not it, but if it doesn't spark joy, don't do it. And I feel like I was at a level of fatigue that it could have been negative, so I also had an hour and a half easy spin, so I just did that instead, and I'm glad I did. Like, I'll try the FTP effort ride again tomorrow and see how it goes. But I had a massive run on Saturday, massive day, well, a reasonably big day on Saturday with the TT and then mile-ish race at the end. I had a rest-ish day on Monday, so I think for me it's better to keep resting rather than try to push it and then push again tomorrow. Otherwise, if I push it today, I could really fuck myself up for a few days at least. So I'm learning. I think this is a huge sign of growth and personal development for me, because historically I would have gone, nah, it's in the session, let's do it. And you never really want to let your coach down and change, or you never want to change what they've gone to the effort of planning and programming. But at the same time, mentally I was fine. Mentally I was in it and I was ready to go, but just physically, my quads, in particular my quads, were just not having a bar of it. And I think that's fine. It's like 14 or 15 weeks now until the race, and I feel like I've got, my endurance is pretty good. It's going, the next few months is just going to be really fine tuning, particularly my nutrition. I've still got quite a lot to learn about the length that I have to be swimming for and how I will feel that. The bike, day 2 bike should be fine, and then I'm going to need to come up with a plan of recovery and how to eat after that day 2 bike ride so that I can run a really good run on the Sunday. Another update is that I've taken an annual leave day on Friday because I have a 7-hour ride planned for Saturday, but there is a half marathon on in my town on Saturday morning, so I've taken the Friday off work. I'm going to do my long ride on Friday so that I can run the half marathon on Saturday. I'm quite excited to see how fast I can go, actually. I haven't run a half marathon race in years, outside of half Ironman, but I don't know if that counts. I wouldn't say I'm particularly run fit at the moment either, so it'll be interesting to see how my bike legs generate power running. managed a 251 kilometre ride on the TT, and then on the Saturday following that I tried my luck at a half marathon, and it actually went really well. I was expecting about a 1:30, knowing that my top end pace is non-existent right now, and that's what I got. Got exactly what I asked for, and you can't ask for much more than that. And that's another week done. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and I'll catch you on the next episode.